Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill. And we are starting our reviews with the brand new tanks which are coming into the loot boxes. But before we are going to dig into the Type 63, I want to apologize for yesterday. Yesterday was quite an interesting day, and pretty much Wargaming asked for content creators not to dig too deep into the tanks. And it's some sort of NDA, even though information or the content is released for wide audience. This is sometimes what you need to deal with. But what we learned from this, If information is public for everyone, use all resources, use tanks GG if you want to see the armor model or compare the stuff and so on, so on. Fellas, I'm a military guy, okay? At my time, I served my country. I was in the military for pretty much 5.5 years, you know, and I'm following the rules. And if someone is politely asking not to do something, I won't do something, right? This is very, very important thing to say, right? I am following the rules, right? Apparently, rules are different for everyone, and even though information was accessible for public, you know, we shouldn't do the content, but some people did, and they did not give a kaku. And you know, whenever you are the queen of world of tanks, fellas, and you can do whatever you want, peasants can follow as well. Anyways, what I'm trying to say, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is whenever information will be publicly available, I am going to react all the time, thoroughly, fully. We are going to dig deeper, and we are going to have our first initial impressions and opinions, okay? We are living and we are learning, and maybe I was just simply too naive to listen to Wargaming, right? And to follow literally deadlines which we have to follow, right? I had no clue. I shouldn't, you know? Anyways, enough of this blah, 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 blah. Skill, we want to see games, and we want to see the tank in action. Type 63, new Japanese heavy tank. Quite an interesting one. First of all, let's talk armor. Armor on the flat ground, garbage. Literally garbage. Everyone will penetrate you like there is no tomorrow. You have up to 14, if I'm not mistaken, degrees of the gun depression, which is quite an interesting one and quite a big one. In fact, I think, or minus 12, sorry, between 12 and 14. I can see in the game, it says, minus 14 gun depression. But if I can count, and I think I can, if you pay attention over there, you would notice that the gun depression goes 8 plus 4, so it's minus 12. But whatever that is, pretty much you can raise your hull, and you can beat the living crap out of the enemies in this way. That's not the point, you know, we are not digging that deep. We are going for a walk, and we are going to have a great time with this vehicle. How about that? Gun seems to be super accurate, although there is such a thing as cooling time. So if your gun is cooling, you have 0.32 accuracy. If your gun cooled down, you have 0.23 accuracy, which is extremely good, and this should be accurate sniper schnitzel. I think it is going to be very, very hard to play with this tank, but we'll see. Also, armor, frontally, it's not that easy. I'm speaking about the turret armor. Turret armor is not that easy to penetrate, fellas. Here we go. Without further ado, you know what? I think we are talking too much. Let's go into the game and let's see how this tank feels like and what we can do with it, shall we? And the very first map we have is Malinovka. Okay. Let's test the things out. Now, looking into reload time overall, 8.5 seconds with a bounty equipment for 320 alpha damage. That's not good, okay? Where the DPM goes of this vehicle, fellas, this is far away from being ideal, and this is far away from being excellent. If you are shooting, fellas, how the things are looking like? I wonder, will we see the difference whenever a gun will cool down? Yeah, okay, very, very, very weird stuff. Honestly, extremely weird stuff. You can see that you pretty much have the two reticles and it is showing the difference whenever your gun fully cooled down and whenever your gun isn't cooled down, you know? That is an interesting stuff. This is a new mechanic in the game to a certain extent, right? So let's keep this in mind. Anyways, what we want to do, we want to test this bad boy out. We want to see how this tank is behaving and how this tank is looking like. Is it easy to make it work or is it hard to make it work? Is it going to be a hidden gem or is it going to be a big pile of kaku? This is the question. Standard penetration 230, gold penetration 290. Okay, in this situation, I think it's clear what ammunition it's better to use. You are loading gold and you are not thinking too much about this, right? Since we are fighting against the heavy tanks and we want to show some dominance for them. This is going to be weird. I can see that already. For people to get used for this, you know, to have pretty much double reticle, and if you are waiting longer to have a better accuracy, that is weird stuff. That is honestly weird stuff, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. If you are not waiting until your gun will be gone through the cooldown, it's not that accurate tank, but in the same time, in the close distance, fellas, you do not necessarily need to wait for it, right? Let's start from this. I am very, very, very interested in this vehicle, to be fair with you, and I am enjoying testing the things out, you know? I am feeling like a kid in the toy store. This is how am I feeling like, okay? This is how am I feeling like. Also, one more thing. The amount of the hit points are not phenomenal for this heavy tank, okay? The amount of HP is nothing extraordinary and nothing super duper hyper turbo good. This is important thing to say. Now, looking into the shell velocity with the standards 1150 and with hits it's 950. I mean, nothing too special, to be completely honest with you. Nothing too special. Wow, this is truly weird stuff. I mean, this reticle looks truly weird. I do not know, am I only one who is saying that or not? Obviously, it's very hard to say how the gun will actually behave, but I think you can play hold down, you know? I think you can actually play hold down with this tank and you can show the dominance in this way without bigger problems whatsoever. I want to get involved. I think this is quite straightforward. This Progetto, if he's smart, he's not going to peek anymore. Yeah, Progetto is smart and Progetto is trying to escape for his life. He's going to pay his tax for this, obviously. And it's not going to be fun. By the way, there is a mistake which I made. I needed to start shooting gold from the get-go. And I would farm the heavy tanks without bigger problems whatsoever. I think that's what I think how it would look like overall, right? I'm trying to figure out what do I think about this tank, because it's weird to me. Also, where mobility goes, we are always using turbo on this tank because this vehicle has relatively accurate gun, and in the same time you really want to reach the positions, right? You want to get into the hold down positions to simply hide your VCAS upper plate, you know, because it's just simply weak. It doesn't matter how you are going to look into this, it is just weak tank hull wise or hull armor wise, however you would call this, right? So far I'm not too impressed. I think it is going to be extremely hard tank to play with, and a lot of people will need to get used for this. I do not really think it is going to be easy nailable tank for everyone, that's a fact. Also, it's not a bad feature to simply have a better gun handling whenever a certain amount of the time is passing by, okay? I do not really think it is horrible by any shape or any form, just saying, okay? It is not horrible, honestly. I reacted properly, but okay, we missed the shot. So the very first game is kind of Burnet Pancake, but I did not expect anything less, fellas. I want to go through this together with you. I do not want to cherry pick the best games. I want to show you how the learning process is looking like whenever we are looking into one or another tank, and how we are doing the things, how we are thinking, and you can see that yourself, you know. You can see the speed, you can see the armor, you can see the gun, you can see how I aim and how the gun behaves and whatnot. So the very first game, I would say it's a Burnet Pancake. 2.1 thousand damage, 500 assisting damage, and 66,000 profits. That is far away from being ideal, but that's okay. You know, what can you do? Let's go for round number 2. One more thing, what I am missing on this tank, to be fair with you. You know, there is a cooldown feature when your tank is becoming more accurate and everything. I am missing that we do not have this number somewhere over there. Honestly, it is kind of disturbing. Right? As an example, after you are firing, right, what is happening? You have a bit less accurate gun if you would fully wait, right? But how long do I need to wait? Where is the information? How I supposed to know that my gun is becoming more accurate? So I think this is a bit confusing thing, and I think Wargaming should think about this. You know what I mean, fellas? I think Wargaming should have waited for that. Meanwhile, we are going to use this gun with a big smile on our face, and we will try to slap the guys whoever are playing here. As an example, this Progetto is politely asking to get slapped. 8-15 is waiting here, I see that. I kind of want to go to hold down position over there, to be fair with you. Very nice, SMV is on the reload, Iron Arnie is feeling quite alright as well. Do I want to... peek sideways like this? This is the question. Do I want to peek sideways like this? By the way, fellas, can we take a second to appreciate this gentleman camo? Nice. Camo. Fellas, whenever I see skill camo, I cannot ignore the gentleman, and I need to say nice camo. There is only one way how we can do the things properly, and I think this is the proper way to do the things, honestly. That's how I feel like, and that's what I think. Also, to be fair with you, I would really love to play a bit more aggressive, and I will. As you can see, our team is pushing in front like there is no tomorrow. Our team is saying brrr, and they are going in, okay? They are going real in over there. So what we need to do, we need to follow the train over there. We are trying to play hold down to the best of our abilities, and we will try to slap them every single time whenever we are going to have a chance. It doesn't feel that bad as a tank, honestly. I don't think it is going to be excellent vehicle, don't get me wrong, fellas. But I'm looking into all of this, you know, and it doesn't feel like it is going to be the worst tank in the world of tanks, and that it is impossible to play with this vehicle aggressively, or in fact it is impossible to do absolutely anything with this tank. I think in the hands of the player who is capable of making decisions when to go in front and when to play hold down, and how much of the tank you can show, I think this could actually work pretty okay, honestly speaking. No, I do not think it's broken tank. No, I do not really think that it is going to be meta vehicle and everyone will say, OMG, that is the best tank in the world of tanks, and it is new Baza 176 and panic. Oh, yup. Oyopterai, the best tank in the world of tanks, fellas. If you are going to miss the opportunity to get this vehicle for yourself, you are going to regret it for the rest of your life. You know, this is not what I say, and this is not what I think, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. But you can say whatever you want. This aggression works fine. Obviously, we are slapping the living crap out of, you know, not the strongest tanks out there, okay, to say that the least. So that's for sure, and this is worth to highlight, I would say. But nevertheless, opa, ay. Mistakes. Okay, I did not expect that. I really wanted to slap the links and I made a mistake. Okay, that is a mistake, fellas. Not much what I can change about this. If I would play this game once again, instead of going through the open field like an idiot this way, I would go here and I would try to stay hold down against those guys and just to test armor and whatnot. This could have been like 6,000 truly. But it's okay. Mistakes were made, fellas. I was greedy, but I got punished for my stupidity. That is completely fine. But as you can see, there is a bit of potential with this tank, and it doesn't look that bad. But once again, one mistake, fellas, and your armor is not existing. Play on the open field, and you are going to go to the garage faster than you can say meow. Let's see the score. And we are back, fellas. 3.6 thousand damage, defeat. I accept full responsibility. I know this could have been better, but it is how it is. Mistakes were made. I cannot blame the tank for making a bad decision myself. You know, that's just how it goes, just how it is. Overall, not too bad, fellas. Not too bad. Looks like if you are playing hold down, this is going to be fun. I would really love to get Westfield to see how it would look like, but let's go. Oh, hello there. That is not Westfield, but this is live, folks. And we can actually go on the field to see how the gun depression feels like and how it looks like overall. So let's try to do that. And fellas, I hope you are enjoying this kind of experience just to go through, and obviously in the end of the day we are going to say what do we think and what is our initial impressions of the tank, right? But for that I need to play some games and I want to figure out more stuff about the tank. I do not rate the tanks looking into the base stats because it's irrelevant, you know. Sometimes stats, they are simply not that important, to say that the least, right? And I hope you are enjoying this. And if you are, remember to slap the like. That helps for YouTube algorithm, and that always helps the channel out. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so the first things first. Let's take this corner over there and let's see what we can do. Let's see what we could slap. Meanwhile, we have a gentleman sitting here. Hello, mister. I hope you are enjoying yourself. Even though I am spotted, to be completely honest with you, I do not really mind this too much. Okay, I can instantly tell you the hydraulics of this tank is annoying. No, but skill, what do you mean it is annoying? I mean, whenever you are going up, it feels like reticle is jumping, right? That being said, this can be a truly annoying thing to play with. I truly mean it, okay? Look, I am just moving a bit in front, and it feels like reticle is not really stable. So this can be a problem whenever you are trying to play hold down to the best of your abilities, okay? This is how, at least this is how I look into all of this. And I need to highlight that as well. It looks truly very similar to this new battle pass tank, or however you would call this, right? New generation of the hold down beasts and whatnot, right? This is how it feels like to me. I mean, it jumps, fellas. It is truly jumping a bit, which is weird, and I believe all of us will need to get used for this. This is how I look into all of that. Okay, so our goal is to say brrr. Our goal is to eliminate the side, to say hello for Mr. Swiper, and to just simply show the dominance against the enemy forces. Nothing too new, nothing unusual, and nothing too crazy. Gold penetration is 290, and 290 penetration is not bad whatsoever, fellas. We definitely need to highlight this. It is definitely not horrible. And now in this situation, obviously all we need to do, we need to say hello for them and we need to get involved. Now fellas, once again, it is important thing to say that you do not necessarily need to wait until you are going to have the super aim mod in, or super aim situation in on this tank. Yes, you have an opportunity, but you do not necessarily need to wait for it, right? It is to the certain extent like with a Kunze Panzer, you do not necessarily need to wait until you are going to, you don't necessarily need to go into the sniper regime, you know, wherever you are losing your DPM. So same situation over there. You do not necessarily need to wait until you will become more accurate sniper schnitzel. It is completely unnecessary and you just, it doesn't feel like you need to wait for that. And if you are playing in the close range, does it make sense what I'm saying, fellas? So this doesn't look horrible by any shape or any form, which is a good thing, you know, you are not forced to wait for it. You are not forced to wait for it, which is a good thing. Now, all we need to do, we need to wait until enemies will go through the middle of the field. Okay, saying next round... On this map, I do not drive into the city. It's useless. Ay. Unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. In this situation, we are just waiting. We are just enjoying the weather. We are having a great time. And we are trying to punish enemy forces who are playing through the open field. Easy peasy. Now this is an interesting thing to check out how the gun works whenever enemies are pushing through the open field, right? This is quite an interesting stuff, and I'm trying to aim to the best of my abilities for obvious reasons, right? Meanwhile, can we slap the Mr. Progetto like this? Yes, we can. I have gold loaded in this situation, which is completely fine. Even though I'm spotted, I am not paranoid about this by any shape or any form. And all I need this gentleman to spot for us the cappers. But before that, I need to eliminate the T-77. That is very important thing to say. Okay, very nice. Let's take our time to aim. Beautiful, the capture. Very nice. Very nice. You know what is the worst part of all of this? That enemies, I think enemies are going to cap the base anyways, right? And that is a bit of the pickle, and that is a bit of the problem. Which, unfortunately, but I really cannot do anything about. Unfortunately, I cannot really do anything about that. Can I blame myself? Can I blame the tank in this situation? Not really. I mean, enemies simply had way too good of the team. You know, they went like a tsunami while slapping everyone, and it's GG finito. I don't feel like I was ideal, but I do not feel like... I do not feel like I played like a biggest pile of caco. Honestly, I don't feel bad about this game by any shape or any form. And obviously, you can see that yourself that this mother trucker is hitting shots, and it looks actually kind of alright. Although I would not say this gun is as good as Tiger 2. I don't really think the gun is that good, to be fair with you, especially whenever you do not have time to wait until you are fully cool down, you know, if you know what I mean. Anyways, 3,100 damage, 200 assisting damage. Truly not a horrible game, first by experience, first by the damage. And we got ourselves a bit of the profits as well. But keep this in mind that I do not have stock of extra rations or anything, and I was shooting quite a bit of the gold as well, right? So we need to highlight that. Next game. Okay, fellas. Oyster Bay Standard Battle. I believe this is no-brainer. We are going into the heavy line and we will try to play over there. So we'll see how the things will look like. Also, once again, a big highlight of this vehicle, fellas, that you have same hit points as a medium tanks, right? Keep this in mind. That means it's Even though it is a heavy tank, you are going in front to play hold down and whatnot. That's completely fine and that's fair. But amount of the hit points isn't here, right? So some kind of ball breaker can out-trade you like there is no tomorrow, and you do not want to trade with ball breakers, right? You want to be somewhere in the position from where you can slap the enemies and not get slapped back. No, but still, don't you want to do that with every and each tank? Yes, exactly. But if the heavy tank has a lot of hit points, it feels a bit differently than, let's say, whenever you have HP of the medium tank, right? The gun looks fine. The gun looks fine, fellas. Real fine. I think this tank might be the best tank in the loot boxes, but it is for a good player. I don't really think it is going to be easy to make this tank work if you are a bit newer player in the world of tanks, or if you do not really have that much of the experience in the world of tanks as well. Or maybe I am wrong, maybe I'm just delusional, maybe everyone can play a hold down and maybe everyone can figure out how to do the things perfectly, you know? Maybe I am a bit delusional here, who knows? You will tell me in the comment sections and down below anyways, right? All in all I am doing here, I am focusing to slap this prototype like there is no tomorrow. That's what I am doing. And this is what is happening in my head at this point. Trying to aim for cupola, not the greatest aim for sure. And what I would love to see, I would love to see this bzz going in. And as you can see, bzz is going in. Bad aim from me. Oh yes. The bzz isn't too experienced, at least looking into all of this, right? He made a shot, he went in front, he died, and he's going to the next game. Now, this is the moment whenever we need to make a decision. Skill, what kind of decision do we need to make in this situation? You see, enemy team has no team. Enemy team is melting left, right, and center. Pretty much they're just gone. So now we need to make pressure, and now we need to figure out how we can get some more use before the game went into the Kaku hole and before the game ended up. That's all we need to do in this situation. And we are going to say hello for Mr. Charioteer. Obviously, keep this in mind that the armor of this tank is... what armor? So, whenever we are playing in front of the field, this is kind of GG. You know, everyone can slap us like there is no tomorrow. Everyone can slap us like there is no tomorrow. Yeah. This is hard. This is proper hard tank to play with, fellas. I think I figured out my thoughts, and I think I know what to say about this vehicle, and I think I understand how to play with this tank as well. No matter what, you want to stay hold down. The speed actually isn't that horrible, and the speed isn't that bad. It's definitely not one of the slowest heavy tanks out there, that's for sure. The gun is actually quite fine as well. I would never say that the gun handling of this vehicle is just unplayable piece of kaku and it is undoable, you know, or you cannot do absolutely anything. No, it's not the case. But armor-wise, to make it work, you need to stay hold down, hold down, hold down, hold down, hold down. It's to the certain extent same situation like it is with it's the same situation like it is to play with Kranwagen to the certain extent, right? Whenever you are playing with a Kranwagen, you want to stay hold down. Although with the Kranwagen you have piece of shit of the gun handling. With this tank you have significantly better gun handling. And obviously this game, I mean 15-3, what can you do? All in all, fellas, if I need to come up with a tank rating instantly, obviously things can change, but this is my initial impressions, right? I would say for a gun handling, I would give 4 stars. For a tank itself, beginner friendliness, I would say, is going to be like 2 stars. I don't really think it is easy for beginners. I think where mobility goes, it's going to be between 3 and 4 stars for this vehicle. Actually, you know what? I think I could show this. I could show this in the index page, so it would be a bit easier to understand what I am saying and what I am talking about, right? I think this is going to be easier situation. So, looking into all of this, not a good game, 1,400 damage, a bit of assisting damage, enemy team just melted. It's okay, happens for the best of us, right? And I am losing a bit of the credits as well because of the couple shots I am missing. Yeah, anyways. Our average performance with this vehicle, 2,500 damage and 200 assisting damage. Skill, that is Kaku. I agree the average performance of this tank is not ideal, right? But we tested many things, we figured out how the tank looks like, and it's not bad. I need some time to get used for this vehicle, but I believe it definitely has the potential, right? So speaking about the things as armor is going to be rated probably, I mean, turret is only one place where you have armor, right? So I need to figure this out. Beginner friendliness, I think it is going to be 2 stars. The gun handling, I will put to the 4 stars, because you cannot all the time aim to the maximum level. You are losing way too much DPM. For speed mobility, it's going to be from 3 to 4 stars, and ammunition is going to get probably 2 stars as well. The main reason why so, because you need to shoot quite a bit of the gold. All in all, not horrible, and once again, you just need to be skilled in order to make this vehicle work. Overall, I'm kind of surprised. I was expecting a bit worse from this vehicle. So that's what I have for you today, fellas. And overall, general rating is going to be probably between 3 and 4. Maybe closer. For now, I would go for a safe bet and rate it 3 as average, just because I do not know more things. On December 1st, we are going to play a lot of those new tanks in the... we are just going to play a lot with those tanks on the stream, and we are going to beat the living crap out of them, and obviously the things can change as well, and I think it is very important thing to say, right? Anyways, love you all with all my heart. Thank you very much for watching. Today on the extra channel, fellas, you are going to get Tiger Mouse review, and we are going to check out how Tiger Mouse is looking like. My goal is to get rid of the new vehicles instantly, if you know what I mean, and just play with them as fast as possible, and to give you my initial thoughts and opinions. And on December 1, you are going to see my opinion, obviously, about loot boxes, and we are going to open like 500 of those and see is it worth it or it's pile of Kaku where the value goes. Anyways, thank you and see you next time. Skill is out for today. Peace.